Hi there, Malcolm here with my 243rd Booktube video, and today I'll be bringing a review for Ex Machina Book 1 by Brian K. Vaughan. Another one I picked up from the library, thought this looked intriguing, give it a go. Looked a little bit like The Rocketeer, whereas actually it's more like The West Wing meets The Rocketeer. And the story basically follows a guy who discovers a mysterious artefact in the river one day which blows up and sears itself into his face, and since then he can talk to machinery and complex gizmos and control how they operate just by saying seize or turn on or whatever. And thus empowered, he dons this wacky outfit and a jetpack and attempts to be a crime fighter by the name of the Machine. However, he has mixed to not great success. The opening segment of The Incredibles, for example, is the sort of level of success that he has with this. Hangs up his jetpack and instead takes his mask off, reveals who he is, and runs for mayor, which he then gets. And this story is told two-piece really. One is basically as mayor doing the mayoral things. He's only been in the position for like 2 weeks, and there's blizzards, there's political statements being done by various artists which are quite antagonistic, there's murders, as well as the various day-to-day runnings of a city. And the city happens to be New York, so it's not just any city. And the other half, we have flashbacks to various iterations of his pre-existence, sometimes as the Machine, learning the ropes, getting his act together, to various points of his life before he became mayor or just after he became mayor. And so time-wise, it does jump all over the place a little bit, and I did have a little bit of trouble following the chronology in a way. I suppose I could have made more effort paying attention to when things were and how they fitted into the previous thing that there was, but frankly that was too much effort. And so I think I would have preferred the story told in a more chronological way. I'm not sure if it would have made it less interesting, but it did annoy me a bit with jumping around the timeline so much. The artwork was okay, it's quite clear, a little bit sort of washed out, but you could tell who was who for the most part. Although there were two characters, there's one who's his bodyguard, another one who he knew from before. They both look very similar, and I at one point thought they were both the same person, but no, one's definitely one and one's the other. It's important at one point because something bad happens to one of them. But I did like the ongoing mystery about what this device was, and there's some glyphs related to it which affect the human brain in certain ways. And despite the thickness of this book, we don't really find out more about the origins of this thing, at least in this tome. And we do get a little bit bogged down, I think, with the politicking. There's an awful lot of sitting in meetings, talking to people, dealing with one crisis or another as a mayor. And it was stuff I wasn't that interested in really. It was okay, and I think it was told in a fairly interesting way, and some of the crises were quite fun. But so if you pick this up expecting a kick-ass superhero story, you'll be disappointed. He's not the Machine very much in this at all, and there are flashbacks when he is, and it's sort of a few panels when he's rescuing someone from a burning building, that sort of thing. Sort of standard hero stuff. There's nothing particularly there. And he uses his ability a few times, like turning on the light or stopping a would-be assassin's gun from firing. But again, very much like Jessica Jones, she's got this ability, but she's a private investigator first and foremost. It's just a useful tool to use on occasion. And it's the same with this one. I say it's worth buying. I certainly think it's worth more than just a read, but it did help. I went in with no expectations. So, have you read Ex Machina? Have you read the rest of the series? What do you think of it? Comments down below, please. No spoilers, though. And as usual, if you've nothing nice to say, then please keep it to yourself. Thank you. Like, subscribe, other YouTube things if you want. And until next time, see you later.